Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey everyone.
Listen, everyone makes mistakes. In the wise words of a blonde-haired teeny bopper,
1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days.
everyone has those days. But I have a feeling that these actors and actresses really regret some of the decisions that they made early in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Hey everybody, welcome back to Film Artsy. I'm your guy, Trevor Baker, and today we're gonna be talking about 5 actors that either got fired for the Marvel Cinematic Universe or quit for various reasons for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, what they said, reasons why they left, and whether we'll be seeing them ever again, which I guess if you're fired, probably not. But we actually got one on the list that quit and is sure as heck coming back. So I will tell you right now that one of the ones on this list literally blew my mind. I was like, how did I miss that? How in the world did I miss that? So let's get started. Number 5. Number 5 on our list is actually Joss Whedon. Now, I actually didn't know the reason that he had left the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and where it's kind of surprising is that Joss Whedon had really big success in Marvel. I mean, the first Avengers movie, one of the most historic movies made, like the one that kind of set the cinematic universe in motion. Like, don't get me wrong, those standalone movies of Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, they were formative, don't get me wrong. That first Iron Man movie, it is good. It wasn't all quite, like we were like, how is this all gonna really be portrayed on screen? And Joss Whedon saw that through. And I think we forget that Joss Whedon's a pretty good director, and a lot of that has to do with, it's hard to believe that the first Avengers movie was made by Joss Whedon. Also, the Justice League movie was made by Joss Whedon. It seems impossible. It's like yin and yang. Like, that first Avengers movie, it's good. That Justice League movie, it's not good. It's very bad. So Joss Whedon, apparently, as he get prepped to do the next Avengers movie, which is Age of Ultron, a movie that's recently been getting a lot more love because of the WandaVision series, it became really high tensions in Marvel. They seem to be really getting their hands into the story and how it's all gonna play out. And this was just Joss Whedon saying, hey, you guys don't like my vision, then I don't have to be here. And so he quit. And I have a theory. On this. I don't know if Joss Whedon did quit. I think Joss Whedon got paid to be a secret covert agent. They saw DC's potential and they said, murder it in cold-hearted murder, blood. It'll be awful. And he did. I mean, what he did at DC absolutely dismantled it for the foreseeable future. His Justice League, the recovery it will take to get over that Justice League movie is, who knows? Who knows how long it's going to be? So that's number 5 on our list. Joss Whedon quit. Didn't realize it was, I mean, I guess he never made really a bad movie. Age of Ultron was okay. But yeah, he's not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Number 4. So number 4 is Natalie Portman. So if you're a fan of the movies and you kind of realize that Thor's relationship with Jane Foster, right? Jane Foster is kind of hairy and confusing towards Ragnarok and Infinity War. Natalie Portman kind of drops off the map, and then he's got like some kind of relationship with the Pegasus warrior Asgardian girl, and you're like, what? Well, what happened to Jane? Where's Jane? Because we kind of like Jane, and Natalie Portman is a huge actor to have I mean, she's like an Oscar-winning actress to have in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So what happened? Well, as I said before, Foster is the love interest of Thor and appears in Thor and Thor: Dark World, and she mysteriously disappears. And this is due to her not being very happy with the director change in Thor: Dark World. Now, let's be honest, Thor: Dark World is probably the worst Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. If it's up there, it's like top 3 for sure. Portman was originally under the impression that if she returned for the sequel, it would be Patty Jenkins leading the way and directing the film. But as we all know, the Jenkins and studio executives could not agree on the direction of the film, and Jenkins subsequently left the project. Portman was not reportedly happy about this, bitter actually, and eventually decided to leave the MCU. But redemption. We have redemption because we are indeed getting Natalie Portman back in Thor: Love and Thunder as Lady Thor. So either Natalie Portman just said, okay, I did enjoy that, and although I was frustrated by that situation, I want to come back because it's really interesting. Or she's like, boy, they're making a lot of money. Would they have me back? I'm glad to have her back because I think it completes the Thor story arc. I don't know what's going to happen in Thor and Love and Thunder, but there seems to be rumors that this is going to be Chris Hemsworth's last movie, and there's going to be the passing of the hammer to Lady Thor, which is Natalie Portman. How does that happen? I have no idea. I don't even know how that works. But Jane Foster, Natalie Portman, is coming back, but she quit. She quit. She quit because she was angry. People quit. It happens.
Before we continue our video, I just want to let you guys know that we have a really cool Instagram that updates on a regular basis. So if you like all things Marvel, this is the Instagram for you. So go follow that filmartsy Instagram right now. You won't regret it. I promise you. Seriously, open Instagram right now and click that follow button. Now back to the video.
Number 3. Number 3 is Terrence Howard. You're like, who's that? Maybe you're a younger Marvel fan. Well, if you go all the way back to the beginning of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, wait, hold on. Back. Not Incredible Hulk all the way back. The Iron Man, really the start of the Cinematic Universe. I don't care what anyone says. I know the Hulk technically is first, but come on. When we got the first Iron Man movie, we did not have Don Cheadle's version of War Machine or James or Rhodey, right? We had Terrence Howard. I actually really liked Terrence Howard in the first Iron Man movie. He played this cool, level-headed friend, a best friend of Tony Stark, really trying to help him navigate through all of his charisma, playboy, crazy, warlord personality, and watches Tony develop into Iron Man by the end of the movie. If that's a spoiler for you, what are you doing here? Get out! Go watch the movies. Terrence Howard got really upset when Iron Man was a huge success, and obviously Robert Downey Jr. was getting a big paycheck. Terrence Howard was like, where's my big paycheck? Because he felt that he was just as important to the success of the film. Now, I do think he was a big part of it, but definitely not meriting a huge pay raise, and perhaps Terrence Howard didn't see the forward vision, but this is the first one on our list where he did get let go by MCU, or fired, right? They said, Terrence, listen, man, like, we want you in here, but if you're not going to come in for the right price, you're gone. And Terrence thought he was a big enough actor to get that contract, and he wasn't. So Terrence Howard probably still regretting to not be War Machine, because War Machine's getting his own show. War Machine's been in a ton of movies. Don Cheadle making money. And I like Don Cheadle, so I'm glad to have him. Number 2. Number 2 is the one. Number 2 is the one that blew my mind. I didn't know this, and I don't know how I missed this. I guess because I don't read end credit scenes, or I guess it wasn't. Did you know that Hugo Weaving has only been Red Skull once? You're like, what? Red Skull is in Infinity War, and Red Skull is in Endgame. Hugo Weaving's been in the Marvel Cinematic Universe 3 times. No, that is not true. Did you know this? He quit. He quit after the Captain America First Avenger. Yes. Hugo Weaving, who is, I love him from The Matrix, right? Mr. Smith, Mr. Anderson. That's great. It's great stuff. At the same time, I thought he was, Red Skull is a huge character, huge villain. Thought it was really cool to bring him into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then he did kind of mysteriously disappear. It was very odd. This is what it says, is that Hugo Weaving played Red Skull in Captain America: The First Avenger. He's the arch enemy, right? He's a superhero's first protagonist in the MCU, but Hugo Weaving was actually signed to reprise the role in multiple more films. So Red Skull was supposed to be around for a while. Marvel wanted to bring back the Red Skull, and when they contacted Weaving, he said, I'm not very interested. They couldn't negotiate a deal, so Hugo Weaving ultimately quit the MCU in the Red Skull role, and actually we get Ross Marquand, I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, who imitated Weaving's voice in Infinity War and Endgame. So yeah, if your mind wasn't blown with that, if you knew that, let me know in the comments, because I was like, Hugo Weaving's only in 1 movie? I thought he was in 3. Oh well. But it's sad, because Hugo Weaving's a pretty dope character. Number 1. Now, number 1 is going to come as a surprise to no one. This is the biggest firing that Marvel has done. One of the bigger shifts of any of the characters, right up to next to Terrence Howard, and that's Ed Norton's portrayal of Bruce Banner, or aka the Hulk. We've heard tons of stories, but if you're unfamiliar, Ed Norton clearly likes to have his hands into the writing of scripts. He likes to edit scenes, change storylines, because he is a creative actor as well, and he's a darn good one too. Like, we gotta give Ed Norton his flowers. He is a good actor, but he is difficult to work with, and unfortunately, Kevin Feige and all those involved in Marvel have a big overall vision that doesn't have a lot of room for people to play with the scripts. There is a goal, there is things that have to be in place to create the ultimate big picture vision, and you can really tell that Marvel fine-tuned that along the way, but having a guy like Ed Norton at the start was a big problem. Now, that Hulk movie isn't absolutely terrible. I don't think it's particularly that good, but I do like the kind of Bruce Banner that Ed Norton brought to the screen. Don't get me wrong, Mark Ruffalo does a great job too, but Ed Norton had an interesting take. It was a pretty emotional tale. It had depth, and like you could feel the weight of having this creature live inside him. At the same time, Ed Norton was kind of awful to work with. That was really what it came down to. It was difficult post-film because all the scenes that he shot, a lot of them didn't make the final cut. He was upset with that, so when they went on the tour to promote The Incredible Hulk, he wasn't really super pumped about it. And obviously this would be a problem because The Incredible Hulk was supposed to be the kickoff of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. shows up at the end of the movie. So having a guy who's not on board, who's already difficult, it's like, you know what, you ain't worth the time, so we put in Mark Ruffalo, and we're all hoping for that Mark Ruffalo movie. All that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Is there any other firing and quittings that have happened in Marvel Cinematic Universe that you know about? Drop that in the comments below. What did you think about these people? Are you glad to see Natalie Portman back? Did you know Hugo Weaving was only in one movie? Tell me if you knew, because I didn't know. If you liked the video, could you give us a thumbs up? It really helps us here. And also, hey, subscribe. We're trying to make this content on the daily for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, we will see you later. Bye-bye.